We are at the Beguiling in Toronto, Ontario, and this is Chris Butcher, the manager.
Hi.
Hey Chris, you mind giving us a little tour of your store?
Sure, yeah.
Great.
We're standing inside the Beguiling, which is between signs because we just got the roof replaced, but I assure you it is in fact the Beguiling, and it's just after our massive Scott Pilgrim 6 launch party event, and your signing, which we are just tearing down from. Come on inside.
Thanks.
So our sign number is the good folks at, because their legal department likes to sue people out of existence, constructed by some lovely neighborhood artists. And this actually right here is has been up for many years, shielded from the elements. I think almost 15 years now, almost since we moved the store. And this is by Jay Stevens, who's an animator and illustrator, but first and foremost a comics artist, who's actually getting back into comics next year. Come on in. The first floor of the shop is set up. First floor of the shop is set up more like a traditional bookstore, with general interest comics, graphic novels, magazines, sort of rare stuff up there, like issues of Raw, Rubber Blanket, or some great import general interest art books, magazines and zines, and then new comics wall and table. As anyone who's in retail knows, the comics are coming out fast and furious these days, and so it's always a little more disorganized than I would like. But at the same time, the whole store is set up so that you sort of, every corner you turn, you'll find something new and exciting and interesting, and discover comics rather than have them sort of boutiqued and presented to you, which is not the current favorite model of retail, but it's one that works for us, one that we love. It allows us to put up shelves of just random great books that we like here, like, Ganges by Kevin Lee Zanger, or Baobab, or comic art magazines, or Michael DeForge's Lose. This is mostly new comics and graphic novels that we've gotten at or since TCAF, including a lot of autographed copies of books by different authors.
And for those watching outside of Toronto, what is TCAF?
Well, hopefully they would know, but TCAF is the Toronto Comic Arts Festival, and the Beguiling is one of the lead sponsors of the festival, and I'm the festival director. So we go into sort of shelf of anthologies and then start alphabetical by author, and the way we break up the store is, if it's something that would be in a traditional bookstore, on their graphic novel rack, not in the superhero section or not in the fantasy section, it lives downstairs. And if it's superheroes, science fiction, fantasy, or most manga, it'll go upstairs. So that covers, your Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, Image, but also things like, IDW or Vertigo or things like that. So it sort of goes through, and it allows us to create sort of semi-boutiques for some of the people that we really like. Of alphabetical stuff. We also put sort of larger or more focused stuff up here, stuff that we like, stuff that's a little bit rare or more expensive. A wide selection of everybody's favorite smut graces these shelves. And then just around the corner, art instruction books, a little bit of manga, and our Tintin spinner rack marks our kids' shelves here. Everything from Disney and Bone to more contemporary favorites like the fairly awesome Toon Books line of books for kids. So, and then a whole bunch of classic reprints that are kid-oriented as well, like the Moomin books, or like the Melvin the Monster, or some classic Disney stuff. So, and that's the main floor. We're going to pause for just 1 second, and then we'll walk you upstairs.
All right.
You recording?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the Beguiling represents a lot of artists for original art sales, and so we put up original art that the store owns that is not for sale, like some of our original art from the Toronto Comic Arts Festival posters. This is Darwin Cook on top and James Jean on the bottom, as well as pages from artists we do represent, like Sammy Harcum, Dave Cooper, or Maurice Velikou. And as you can see, we've got a lot of art, and it's even worse at the owner's house. So he keeps a lot of his collection here at the store. So when you come in, you can see pages like John Toddleben Hellblazer, or actually it's a Swamp Thing, or Tatsumi old comics and illustration art, or an original John Stanley Nancy, which is pretty cool. Or Little Lulu, sorry, it's right there. And then, you know, Chip Zdarsky's Prison Funnies right next to it, so we like to mix it up.
The old bag.
Yeah. Just shoot as you want. Yeah. Did we get any of the...
This is the new comics rack when you get to the top of the stairs. It's the sort of center of what we're doing. It's the center of most people's experiences at the store. And it leads into a nice shelf full of comics and oversized books, and then into the manga, which is voluminous and ever-growing. I don't know where we're going to go next. We really try and keep a lot of recent comics, single issues, out and visible for years, sometimes past when they actually originally came out, so that people can sort of discover comics that we like and we think are great. We do buying trips to Japan every once in a while as well, so we end up with sort of fun Japanese art books that are not otherwise available in North America, but are still very, very popular and very cool, actually. We get a lot of stuff that, you know, we get a lot of illustrators and artists shopping here as well, and, you know, if they're making the regular stuff, when they buy stuff, they really want to get something special and get a big value for their dollar. So finding stuff that's unique like that from all over the world is one of the things we like to do. And then finally, we've got a Marvel section here and a DC section around the corner, but we've always pulled out individual author sections and done author sections of books for, you know, people that have huge back catalogs, but also people that have, you know, dedicated fan bases. So the Grant Morrison shelf is currently overflowing with material, as is actually Mr. Vaughn, but luckily he's not doing any comics right now, so we're okay. Robert Kirkman and The Walking Dead is probably one of our most popular series right now. And then we have a great selection of, this is DC on your right. Right in the center is a collection of reprints in all kinds of formats, including in the corner there, a bunch of Marvel's Essentials. We try and keep all that stuff in stock all the time because we really do think that the history of the medium is just as vibrant and interesting to the majority of customers as the contemporary stuff. And one of the things we're doing right now is we stock a lot of t-shirts, but we generally only work directly with people that print their own shirts. So a lot of webcomics guys, but also a lot of local guys as well. And actually, this is one of the longest lasting single features of the store is up here, and it's our little shrine to Neil Gaiman's The Sandman that's been here for the better part of actually since the store opened, as far as I can tell. So, full set of the original first printing hardcovers, signed. The bookends, the original statues, the P. Craig Russell statue in particular, the watches, the Vertigo Tarot deck, the whole 9 yards. We've got pretty much everything Salmon up here. And although Neil's doing fewer comics, every time he releases one, it's a huge deal for us. We're still sort of known as the Sandman store for a lot of people internationally. And, you know, we're proud of that. That's all right. And this is the 4th, I don't know if you've caught any of them, this is the 4th display of Scott Pilgrim that's set up around the store. We decided rather than having one big one, it would just be around every corner you turn so you couldn't miss it. We just did, as I was saying, the 6th, the launch party for the 6th volume, and it was amazing. We had over 2,000 people, and we always try and do, you know, good events, but that was maybe the biggest one ever. So I guess that's pretty much it. You know, thank you very much, Ryan, for coming out. Thank you for touring around the store, and we invite everyone who's viewing to come by as well. We'll be happy to show you around.
All right, thanks so much, Chris. This has been the Beguiling in Toronto, and this is July 2010.
Thanks.